success. It's attracted a decent entry, some good teams. The Marsh Power Sports boys and the Spencer Briggs construction people, they've all put in a lot of effort into putting out some good riders for this, and as a result, it's got some credibility, and I do like it. Obviously, I think we had Graham Irwin ride one of them. Some people like when they get, you know, older pros or riders come out and ride in these things. Oh well, they've had their time, but I think it gives it all credibility. It shows you where the kids are in relation to the guys who were the fastest guys, you know, more recently with Irwin, because obviously he's a top rider. He was an MX2 rider not that long ago. But for yourself to get out there, and I think, say, we were in the top 15 in that first one, despite not feeling the best.
No, it was. I didn't know where I was going to finish, and you know, it's just lovely to be out there, to be asked by Dave to come and do it, and you know, I said, do I really have to ride around Hawkstone? But you know, I wanted to do it, and it's just so nice to be out there, Reverend. And like, there's, you know, it's all different calibers of rider out there, so you fit in nicely. So, you know.
Are you going to be on site tomorrow? Are you staying yet for the British Championship?
Yeah,
so we lost, and obviously, and the beauty of motocross as a sport, the riders are visible. Yeah. Everybody can walk around the paddock and see everybody else, and I'm sure that there'll be a lot of people not happy to see you walking round, and be even more pleased to know that you've been back riding again. Looks like Rackham has managed to put a pass on the 407 of Adam Chatfield. So our first race winner, there he is, right on cue. He's now back to 5th. So we'll have to try and work out the, as it stands at the minute, I think Dylan Woodcock is the man that's looking like he's going to be on top for the overall with a first and a second. And then it will be a 5-1 for Chatfield and a 4-3 for Howard Wainwright. But the championship between Wainwright and Williams, Chatfield is just too far back. He needs both of these guys in front of him in the points to have a DNF. And I can't see that happening, although we said we couldn't see anything happening in the first one, and both of them literally ended up on the floor 5 seconds later. So this back end of the track obviously not as severe. I'd imagine you'd have done a 500 GP here on the Kawasaki?
I'd never done a 500 GP, no, I'd never. I'd only ever done British Championships here. No, never done a 500.
Oh, right. Did you do a 500 at Farley?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yes, so I remember seeing the pictures of you, and obviously around that time, because obviously the Kawasaki then was like 85, 86, 87-ish, wasn't it? Yeah. And so it was be an odd number year, so I'd imagine it'd be 87. That was a cracking year.
Oh, it was, yeah.
And the fact that we're still riding at these tracks all these years later, the layout that we use at Farley's kind of a little bit neither here nor there really. It uses the classic bits of the track that we all remember, but this layout here really hasn't changed a great deal in like almost 50 years. There's a few little bits and bobs, but we still go up the hill, we still go along the top, and obviously the avenue through the trees and the start, that's a little bit different these days, but
we all know what's happened here. We've seen it all, and you know the classic races that we've seen. You know, it's been incredible around this circuit, like Farley.
Yeah. So looks like Jim Davies has been demoted by Damon Stridham. So South African, then he's up to 8th. Luke Mellow's there in 7th. 6th is Callum Meara. Chatfield 5th. Jake Rackham up to 4th, and Wainwright then. He's a distant 3rd now, but let's not forget that he does not need to beat Henry Williams in this race. He just needs to not get riders in between him and Henry Williams. That's all he needs. So our race leader then, Woodcock, then he's doing what he needs to do. Obviously, him and Williams are teammates. So here's Wainwright, and he's looking like he's labouring a little bit there. Greg, the head was shaking a bit.
Yeah.
There's Williams, what it looks like just ahead of him on camera. But he just needs to follow him home for the next 2 races, and I think that that will be enough, because he beat him. He was in front of him by a point at the start of play today. He beat him by 2 or 3 places, I think, in the first one. I think Williams got back to 6th by passing Stridham on the last lap. But I think that this will be a smart ride then from Howard Wainwright, but obviously all to play for. We've got another start. Anything can happen. And obviously these bikes have got to get themselves to the finish. Although Honda reliability is almost legendary across all of their products. And one of the things that you can always bank on is the fact that Hondas are as bulletproof as they come. As Wainwright looks across, let's see if we've got the last lap board out. I can't quite see. It doesn't look like it. No, not yet. So we've still got a little bit of time to go. So it looks like. So it looks like we've lost Williams. Williams is dropping down the order. I thought that was him in there just in front of Wainwright as they came through. But Henry Williams then dropped to 5th. So that is an absolute disaster for the number 15 FUS Marsh Power Sports rider. Jake Rackham up to 3rd, Chatfield up to 4th. So I think that possibly Williams went down in the centre of the circuit. He's still there in 5th. So he is up and running again. Callum Meara then up there in 6th, Mello 7th, Stridham 8th, Davis 9th and David Russell 10th. Are you intending on, obviously, Vaccinations at Farley, great event with all that's been gathering pace over the years, and again change of management there on that one for this season. Are you looking at doing anything regularly next year, or are you just going to ride for fun and get back and maybe do training schools, or are you just going to throw your leg over a bike when the opportunity arises?
I think it's just riding for fun now, and I just call it every time I ride that it's my fix, you know, in my life now. So it's something I can't get rid of. It needs to be done in my life, and I just enjoy it. I just enjoy being around everybody and riding. But I do plan to just do sort of local vet stuff and anything that's offered, really. So,
yeah, well, I mean, obviously we have the ACU Vets British Championship at Toddington.
Yes, I couldn't get my ACU licence for that. I was entered for that. But
right, okay. But is that something that we might be able to get fixed for next year?
Oh,
or?
100%.
Yeah. Well, I do all the commentary. I do the on-circuit commentary for that, and I also ride. But that would be to see you this year. Russ Jarman and Don Kennedy went bar to bar for the 60+ championship, and to see you in there with those boys, even if it's just riding around and enjoying it, would be absolutely excellent. And this is the thing for me now, just to see people of your calibre out there riding and enjoying it. It's not about the competition, it's about the fact that you're still out there riding. And I think a lot of riders will openly admit that they stopped riding too soon when the success disappears and the results start to drop away, and there's a period where it's really difficult to retain the enjoyment when the results are not coming. And I think maybe if you step away for a little bit and then come back, you can enjoy it for the sake of doing it.
Of course, with my situation, just to come back and ride a bike is special for me. But to be somewhere like this and part of it and not embarrassing myself too much, it's lovely. I thoroughly enjoyed it out there, and I just hope I get invited again. You know, it'd be lovely.
You're a great guy to have around the paddock. You've never been short of people to help you out and get bikes, put bikes underneath you. I know that Ford and Ellis were great sponsors of yours back in the day. Bought bikes off them, and great dealership, and did a lot for the South Midlands Centre. But yeah, it surely would be great to see you at, like I say, at the Vets next year, and obviously the South Midlands Centre run a good Vet Championship as well.
Yeah.
But it's like I say, it's just a case of enjoying being out there. And like I say, you were in the top 15 in this race that's been led by Dylan Woodcock, who I think rode Anaheim 1 last year. He's definitely, he's got AMA Supercross experience. He's been all over the place, and again, a bit of a journeyman, and but still a fast lad in his own right. And as I think Jeff said earlier on, looking at moving into the film and stunt world, which a lot of guys do. Wainwright's made his way past Jake Rackham, so Rackham I think has had a bit of an off, and Chatfield then 4th, Williams 5th, Luke Mellows 6th, Damon Stridham in 7th. So it's still all happening, and our race leader then, can you see if the last lap board's out yet?
It's coming out.
It's coming out, so you've just stepped back in and you're going to step back out again.
I know I'm out of a job now. He's better than me as a rider, and he's better than me on the mic. I know,
So, so Jeff then going out to do his bit, but this will be last lap flag, or last lap board this time by them for the 260 of Dylan Woodcock. Like I say, he's riding for the Marsh Power Sports team this weekend. Not done the full championship, but again, he's another guy that picks up rides as and where he can, and a very, very solid performer. But, so what bike have you got lined up for Farley then, Greg?
I've got a KX500.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
So
I rode it there 3 weeks ago at the World Vets thing, and yeah, I've got to use it again for the next one, and it was just riding there really just to get used to it for the VMXDN. So because from the 350 that I ride, normally it's a massive difference, but lovely. It does bring back memories.
Yes, and they're a cracking bit of kit.
Yeah,
and obviously to get the chance to kind of have a bit of a preamble. I think seeing the pictures, we rode at Farley a couple of weeks before at the Twin Shock of Nations. Sorry, at the Twin Shock meeting there, and the track didn't get as rough as it does at the Farley meeting. But yeah, so it's good that you've got a regular ride. We look forward to seeing you down there. And like I say, it's a shame that you've not been able to get back out there and get your other two motos done in this Honda Cup. But it was unfortunately we didn't get you on camera, but we were following you on live timing. And I did say to Jeff, I said, look where he is. He's in there. We've also got Anya Colley in this race as well. Anya then she's part of your team in the Spencer Briggs group, and she's out there learning a trade at the very much a sharp end of business. Have you had much time to talk to her, or is it?
No, I haven't yet. No, I've only been drafted in like today, and no, I've not spoken to her as yet.
Hopefully we're going to get her in and do. She's got a really big social media presence, and she's an ex-top line jet skier apparently. So she's got a big social media following, and she's just doing motocross because she wants to do something different, and so she's doing a lot of work to try and promote that. But she's out there on one of your team's bikes as well. Okay. But it is going to be the 260 then of Dylan Woodcock that's going to take the victory in this second moto, and that will put him in the box seat for the overall victory if he can back that up in race 3. And I think that by this time there's not going to be a lot that he's going to be able to do for his teammate. And he will take the checkered flag, and there it is. Our flagman gives the 260 the checkers, and he will take race victory. We're waiting then for Wainwright to come across the line, and he will nod of the head there from Wainwright. Rackham's going to come across the line in 3rd, Chatfield in 4th, and Williams has dropped to 8. So that's not great for Henry Williams' his championship aspirations, and it looks like with the final race to come later on this afternoon, that all that Howard Wainwright on that HJW Racing Honda is going to have to do is just to ensure that he doesn't end up outside the top 10 and take a DNF. We are going to need to go to an advert and Jeff in victory lane shortly, but I'd just like to say thanks to Greg Hansen for coming and spending a little bit of time with us. Great to talk to you. Great to see that after your health issues of a few years ago that you're up and firing on all cylinders, and so great to see you back out on track, and best of luck at Farley, and I hope to see you there.
Thank you very much.
Right, so we're going to go to an advert, and we will be back with Jeff in victory lane.
Hi, I'm Jake Nichols, and I race the Honda CRF 250R for Honda Racing MX. This year we have something real special going on. Honda have the CRF 250R Cup, which will be running alongside the Fastest 40 and AMCA Championship. The Cup gives you the chance to win a brand new CRF 250R by winning either of the championships. But there is more than one bike to be won per championship. The rider that shows the best racing attitude throughout the year will also win a brand new CRF 250R. So 2 bikes per championship. That's 4 bikes that Honda have put up to be won this year. It's not just bikes that will be won. A brand new fly helmet will be given away at each race for the rider of the day, and you will also be given a brand new set of Fly Honda branded race kit when you order a new CRF 250R. Head over to the Honda website and follow the links to get registered today.
Right, here we are, Honda Cup second moto winner, Dylan Woodcock. Dylan, you know, I wouldn't say out of retirement because you ride a bit outdoors, but not as much as you like. Track's looking pretty good. How you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, nowadays I do a lot of work in a week and stuff like that, so coming here is more like a practice day. But the track's mint. I love racing this track, even though I'm not a sand guy. I love Supercross, so yeah, it's been great. Jumped on a 250. I don't rode a 250F since I probably was riding for you, so yeah, it's been a while, so I'm enjoying it. It's good fun.
Like I say, mate, you fit it around your work, which is, like we said, we all know that you're in the film industry training to be a stuntman, so that must be quite time consuming. Do you notice it when you jump back into motocross fitness-wise? Because you're fit, but riding motocross is different than arena cross.
Yeah, I mean, at the minute, I'm swimming in the mornings, going home, having lunch, and then going to judo in the evenings. It's like a full-time job for me, training at the moment, trying to get my stunt register qualifications and stuff like that. So coming here and just riding, I try to ride as much as I can, so when I come to Supercross season, I'm like half in shape when I go to America, but you can't beat riding day in, day out. I mean, it's still fun. Like, I'm going to race tomorrow as well, so I just love it.
Oh, fair play. That's good to see you out there. So tell us a little bit about this ride. Obviously, you rode a bit for Michael and the team. Explain more what's going on there and how it came about.
Yeah, I mean, I met Michael when Jack Brunel rode for him when they was doing the World Supercross, and just super nice guy. Loves the industry, loves the sport, willing to help. So yeah, I mean, I had a bit of a rough go last year with the team that I was on, so I approached him at the end and said, mate, I want to get locked in and just have a bit of fitness coming into it and go for that championship next year. I mean, I had a little bit of a taste of it, so I just need to ride more and not complicate riding with work. I'm still young, so I just need to enjoy it, really. Stop putting pressure on myself and trying to grow up too fast.
We've known each other a very long time, since you was a little nipper. Still call you that. You always have fun, and you've got a good crew of people behind you. Obviously, your mates, they're probably gagging for a shout-out at this point. So go on, give them some airtime.
I'll shout out the topping crew. They know who they are, but I knew I was going to give them a little shout-out this weekend. So, yeah, topping boys.
Good stuff. Well, all right, mate, look, you've got one to go. Go easy, because you're racing tomorrow now as well. Go and get yourself scrubbed up, and again...
I tell you what, that donut wagon that's like opposite my thing looks mustard. I'm going to get some Biscoff donuts later.
That's it, that's genuine. You're still young enough to burn it off. Wait till you get the other side of 30, mate. They're harder to shift.
They're looking handy, so I'm going to have to purchase some of them, I think.
All right, well, go and get yourself a donut. He's going to go and get a donut, and hopefully that'll give him enough of a sugar rush to come out and win the final moto. There you go, Dylan Woodcock, winner of the second Honda Cup moto.
Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 pop. Woo!
So welcome back then. We've got just a little bit of track maintenance going on and waiting for the start of our third block of races. Our Dirt Store Small Wheel 85s are next out on track. This has been a cracking race so far this weekend, and we've seen swapping of race wins between Arthur Moore and Nixon Coppins, and we will be waiting for them to come to the line to see who is going to take the overall victory. Harley Marjak has been there or thereabouts as well all day. Not quite on the pace of the front guys, but he's been certainly good value for money, and as a result of that, he's kept the pressure on. I just think he needs a start. We will imagine just a little bit of track maintenance. No, it's a sight lap then for our 85 small wheel guys. So we're giving them a sight lap because I can see them on the other cameras that you are not seeing. But yeah, sight lap for these small wheel 85s. I think the track is in excellent condition this weekend. Top marks to all the Hawkstone guys, all of our track crew here, the watering, the rain we've had and everything else. Been really, really good. And as a result, for the small wheel guys, this track then really, really raceable. And as a result, we've seen some cracking racing in the small wheels. Welcome back, Jeff.
Yes, thanks for holding fort there, Phil. I'll tell you what, it's nice doing the live stream, but when you get out there, you get collared by a lot of people, and they're particularly saying, you know, did you see that on the live stream? What happened? Tune in yourself, man. That's why we're putting it out there free of charge.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is, and so we have my background being at the minute in this live stream game being doing the Supermoto, the Tripstop British UK Supermoto Championship. Our main sponsor has he has the Starlink and all of the joyous stuff. So he live streams the whole thing in the pits for those that can't get the internet. So people can sit and watch the live stream live in the paddock, which obviously at Hawkstone Park with the internet that we have is just not really a possibility, unfortunately.
Yeah, and also, you know, we're trying to put a service together where it's free. You know, obviously, if we had more investment into it and we did a pay-per-view, then we could,
yeah,
you know.
Of course,
so
but obviously some things can't be free enough for some people.
Yes, exactly.
I've got to complain about this thing that you're giving me for nothing.
Exactly.
We will remind people that, you know, for those of you that are not old and wizened like us, you no longer have to wait till a Thursday morning for Trials of Motocross to find out what went on at the weekend, or in some cases with the Supercross, the following month for it to drop through your letterbox with your subscription to Motocross Action. We're here, we're live, we're bringing you all the racing. I think that our crew are doing a great job because Hawkstone Park is not the easiest circuit to cover at the best of times. And as we said earlier on in the chat that we had, remembering back in the day when the BBC came to cover the GP back in the 80s, they had 3 massive 17.5-ton outside broadcast units that took up like half of what the trade area usually is now. And we're literally doing this with the aid of obviously our cameras, one of the offices downstairs.
Yeah, that is becoming increasingly
a long wheelbase
hotter.
sprinter van. And excellent it is too. Enjoying doing it. For those of you that follow it on social media, our social handles, Facebook is at Fastest40 MX, Instagram at Fastest40MX. And the YouTube one at MX Nationals UK.
Yeah, that's right. That'll all change next year. Obviously, we're bringing up to speed as we talk about that going forward over the next few months. Big shout out to all the people that get behind the Fastest 40 and the Dirt Store MXGB. Notably, obviously, Motul with the Fastest 40 and Michelin. Of course, then RFX, Bale, Fly, Oakley, all those guys that support classes with us. Obviously, we've got Planet Moto, Moto Verde doing some stuff as well. By the way, if you're actually at Hawkstone this weekend, if you're here right now watching the live stream in your camper van or you're coming tomorrow, 30% off anything that you go to Moto Verde. So go and hit them up. Steve's down there selling all the products. And then, of course, we've got Dirt Store getting behind the MXGP. Remember, this is the first time we've actually merged effectively 2 ACU National Championships together as one for one weekend. And so far, so good. I have just been handed the current point score in the Honda Cup, the 250 CRF, CRF 250R Honda Cup. After all those opening 2 motos, which we've seen. Sorry, I'm just Charlie. Right, I don't know what that is. Anyway, okay, I've just been told to not carry on with that, and because I think there's maybe. So I won't tell you where the points are at with that.
Yeah,
there you go. I've put a great big hook out there.
Yeah, we've got
you on it
for the first time all weekend. We've got the information
really quick.
But fair point. If that's still stuff to be done. Oh yeah. Oh, you just missed a classic photo bomb there. We had a young lad just jump up in front of our remote camera.
Okay, well I'll scrap that.
But yes, these guys come into the line now. We had Nixon Coppins and Arthur Moore have swapped wins, and as a result, all to play for into this last race.
It is. It's a straight up battle, if you want to say. I mean, don't get me wrong, riders in 3rd and 4th if something happened to the top 2, but it's basically Nixon Coppins who won the 2nd moto. Arthur Moore won the 1st moto. They both took seconds in those alternative races. Therefore, they're tied on points. So it's a straight up. Providing they stay in the top 3, whoever finishes higher out of those 2 is going to win the overall here in the Dirt Store MXGB Small Wheel 85.
How many rounds of their championship over
Well,
left?
they've actually only had, effectively 2 rounds. They raced at Monster Mountain and each day was a round. So they've had 2 rounds. I think they've got, after this, another 2 to go. They've got Schoolhouse and Preston, I believe, still to run.
So here we are in the Dirt Store British Championship Small Wheel 85cc Race 3. Eyes down.
Yeah, you've got Nixon Coppins in the middle on the blue bike. He's easy to spot, and Arthur Moore was right next to him, but Arthur went a little bit early, and he had to just pull that clutch in and drag the bike back, and that cost him So it looked like another good start for Nixon Coppins. He's not leading the way. Is that that's Arthur King? I can tell that, A, by his riding style, and secondly by his Larry pink kit. He said he wanted to get some TV time, Arthur. He hasn't been involved in many races where we've live streamed. He's off to a good one in this one. There he is in second.
Coppins round the outside.
Ooh,
yeah,
nearly a little bit squirrely, but where he needs to be. There is Nixon's auntie and King's mum. So there's a family connection there,
yes,
by the way. So Jessica was going mad as they come around that corner.
So Marshak's got a much better start in this one. He's there in third. So the number 5 of Harley Marshak has got a much better jump this time. And I don't think he's going to have a lot to say about the overall, because obviously unless the other two go out of it. But he's not had a good start yet, Jeff, today.
No, not at all. Sorry, I was completely distracted by, we've got a fixed camera on the start line, and we've now got a load of kids doing their best blue steel and hoping to try and get on TV. But what they don't realise is that camera's not live, and you're just making yourself, well, you're entertaining us.
Here we go. Is this a change for the lead? Oh, it's getting tight down there.
So I think that's the second field, because Coppins has already checked out.
Race gone, yes.
Yeah,
gone.
is that Arthur Moore? Well, Arthur's found some speed on a couple of corners there, because he suddenly shot himself into second. Here we go then, game on. It's a straight up two-dog battle between Nixon Coppins and Arthur Moore for the overall here this weekend then. Whoever finishes higher out of those two, providing they stay at the front, is going to win the overall here. So here we go, and I can guarantee that Arthur Moore is going to lay everything he's got at this. Nixon is going to have to work hard to keep Arthur behind him.
So looking at that, Arthur King is looks like he's shown that he's passed Marshak, but I think Marshak was in fourth anyway. So Coppins had almost 4 seconds over the line for the first lap. That's a proper hammer drop. But here they are down the far end of the circuit already. There's Marshak coming under pressure.
Butterfield, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, Butterfield on the 311. He's parked by us in the pits, got a nice rig.